was never supposed to live a life like this. Though it's way too good, not as rich as I should.
What's up, Dolphin fans? Fin Zone Podcast bringing you all the latest and greatest concerning your Miami Dolphins and news around the league. Tonight, I got some special guests with me, and we are going to chop it up about all the things related to the Miami Dolphins. I got my man B-Trill, host of Finn's Football Podcast, and also got my man Dylan, host of Dolphin Day Podcast. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, bro?
You know how it is, man. I'm getting overwhelmed with all the news, all the Dolphin news. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it keeps it interesting. Keeps lots and lots and lots of content. So, yeah. As soon as I'm like, I'm going to do a video to break down different candidates for a head coach, we got a head coach. As soon as I'm like, let's break down different candidates for a GM, we got a GM. So we moved fast this offseason. I kind of do and don't like it. So.
Yeah, so let me start off with you for a sec, Trill. I think it was, what was it, last week when we got together? Maybe 2 weeks ago? I don't right remember. I was telling you about how excited I was with the direction that the Dolphins were moving in. As a matter of fact, we got together right after we found out Harbaugh was fired, and then the Dolphins let go of Mike McDaniels. And I was excited. We didn't know which direction they were going to go in, but we all thought Harbaugh was going to be the guy. That's not the case. That's out the door. Okay, whatever. My question is, how do you feel now that we do have a GM and now we just hired our new coach?
Everyone's putting it out there. We're the Miami Cheeseheads. We are adopting a lot of Green Bay, and that's kind of the route that we went. It's crazy. We first John Eric Sullivan. I mean, I can see why. I hear he was very high up there in the ranks of a lot of people that were searching for GMs. But as far as head coach, we all thought big name. We got to make the splash. That's what Stephen Ross likes to do. He's going to go after John Harbaugh. He's going to open up his paycheck. But it didn't work that way. We didn't get Chad Alexander. We didn't leave that GM spot open that I think that Harbaugh was looking for. But even with that, I mean, the day that we made the hiring, we didn't pause or even hesitate when Sean McDermott got fired. And it's like we moved fast. We already had something in mind. We had the direction in mind of what we're doing, and they kind of stuck to it. So it's bittersweet. I use bittersweet a lot because you got to look at the pros and the cons, especially with when breaking news happens. It's hard to adjust, and you got to adapt and think about possibilities. But yeah.
What do you think on it, Dylan?
Yeah, man, kind of around the same thing. I have a feeling that when he came in for the first interview, we already knew we were going to hire him. He's a buddy with John Eric Sullivan. They're both from Green Bay. I think his mind was already set that he was going to be the next head coach, and I think they were kind of toying with us in a way to, I don't know, maybe have other interviews just so we didn't feel like we took one option and that was it. I don't know. But I know for a fact that they knew the second that he came in for that first interview that he was going to be the coach. And, it was a pretty quick decision. And like you were saying earlier, Finzone, I mean, when McDaniel got fired, he gets fired at the time as Harbaugh gets fired. So everyone in the fan base is expecting John Harbaugh, right? So I honestly think that firing McDaniel came at a weird time. If you were just going to go out there and get someone else. So, yeah, man, it's been pretty crazy.
I honestly think as soon as Sullivan got the GM position, he knew who his guy was. Interviews be damned. He already knew who he was going to hire. The reason why he announced it yesterday is because I don't think he wanted to catch any heat from any fans or reporters saying Sean McDermott's out there. The Dolphins need to go get him. Before a whimper to that could even start circling around, he announced he hired this guy. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. You know what I mean? And I will say this. If you truly have Miami's best interest in heart, how do you not at least have a conversation with Sean McDermott? Like, this guy has owned the division for dang near 10 years. And you don't even think you should have a conversation with him?
Own Miami.
I mean, again. And I know, and Trill, I'm going to take this from you because you always say it, man. We try to stay positive. But dang on, they making it hard too, bro.
They are, especially when they set up the expectations of Harbaugh. They set up the timing of everything. But, I mean, even when that happened, we're like, okay, there's other possibilities. And then Stefanski went. And then I think we really pulled the trigger because they couldn't delay it any longer. I really wanted Chris Shula. Just the fact of the narrative, the story behind it, the movie-making picture of it, of Shula was 39 when he joined Miami. Well, Chris Shula is 39. Could he join Miami? And it was just all that talks of, all right, we haven't had a championship since Shula coached us. Could it bring it back? And it's just the possibilities, the optimism. That's all we've really been living and breathing on the past, 50 years since a Super Bowl has happened. It's terrible. So how long has it been? Well, what was 72, 73? I can't do math right now. Is that 50? 30?
54 years, I believe.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Our time.
Yeah. More than double my time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Woo. Yeah. I feel like we should have waited till after the playoffs, at least, to make a decision. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think there was a rush to hire him. Like, no. Was he like the hot choice on anyone else's list? Like, did he even interview with anybody else?
So he was going to Tennessee. He was hopping on a plane. Tennessee was gonna see him Wednesday, so tomorrow.
Okay.
As well as, who was the other team? I think it was Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Had him on the list as well. So they were setting up some first and second interviews with him. That's why it started to heat up, and they're saying, all right, they got to pull the trigger on him. Because literally, if you look at Dolphins Twitter, they had posted that they completed an interview with Graham from the Raiders, and then not even 30 minutes later, they said they hired him. And it's like, well, so they did multiple interviews after Jeff, and then here they, I don't know. I don't know about the timing, but they kind of were looking at it as, all right, we're ready to pull the trigger. So,
yeah, but didn't the Tennessee Titans hire a coach right after this announcement though?
It was the next morning or the same night actually.
Oh,
Same night. Yeah. Absolutely.
It was Saleh. Yeah, from 49ers defensive coordinator.
Like they already had their guy in mind too. You know what I'm saying?
No, maybe not.
I think that might have been their backup. They're both defensive minded coaches, so yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think while he's interviewing in Tennessee, you interview Sean McDermott. If he's interviewing on Wednesday, you interview McDermott on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just at least have a conversation with the man. But again, that's neither here nor there. It's already done.
Well,
we got our guy.
Maybe
we got to move on.
Is Sean even doing interviews yet? He might want to soak up his loss that he just suffered. You know, it was pretty emotional,
maybe
that locker room. Everybody
that could be the case. I tell you what, I would have called him up as soon as I found out he was fired. That's just me. Only thing he tell me to do is get lost. You know what I mean? But either way, like I said, we got our guy. That's neither here nor there.
We don't know that. that conversation might have happened and been brief. They could have been like, "Hey, Sean, you want to?" No, okay, all right. Oh, guess what? We got a new coach now. That literally could have been how it happened within 5 minutes of each other.
But there's always user reports. Such and such reached out.
Yeah,
but again, you never know. You never know.
Could have been in-house.
Oh, maybe Josina Anderson. All of her reports this offseason have just been off. I'm like, what are you doing?
Off, right?
You just, she came out weeks ahead of time talking about Harbaugh already met with the Dolphins. Like, what? What do you know?
No, man. That's what she wanted to happen. Okay, so
exactly.
Like I said, we got our guys. We got our GM. We got our coach now. Moving forward. What do you think is going to be the first order of operations in Miami now? Like, do you think these guys are just going to gut their roster? Or do you think they're going to maybe save a few pieces here and there? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Go ahead, Dylan. You take the lead on this one.
I was going to jump on this one anyways. I just didn't want to, interrupt you. But
step on toes. You're good.
Yeah. I really think, from what we've heard, it does sound like we are going to build through the draft and try to build a team through the draft, which, it could be a good thing. We haven't done that in a while, so that might be a good thing. I know that they like big guys instead of smaller guys. And, we have a lot of smaller guys right now. So, yeah, I think possibility of gutting the team is on the table. Certain players, I hope they don't, but if they have a vision, they're going to stick to it at the end of the day. And I believe that building through the draft, the only way to really build through the draft is to gut your whole team. So I think that is going to happen. So
I can dig it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Trill?
I 100% agree. He actually, they did have some interviews. I meant to clip it earlier, but he mentioned that he doesn't like players that come from all over because they're already developed, they already have bad tendencies. He likes to pick his own crop and develop. He is so big on developing because he says that you teach them your ways. And that's what he's known for, is scouting, developing, and being really interactive with the players. So with gutting, yes, I think he's going to do a lot of that. He's going to bring in a lot of his cheap guys that he saw that he probably brought into Green Bay. We already saw one of those signings with his first, with John Eric Sullivan's first signing with, I thought the safety, what was his name? Omar Brown, I want to say. It was something along
Amari
that
Brown,
lines.
I think.
Amari Brown. It was something common like that, a common name. But he did mention that, but he also did say his corner pieces. He did mention Waddle, Achane, I think he said Patrick Paul, and then I think you mentioned Jordan Brooks. So with him mentioning those guys that you build around, I see extensions and restructures. So I see that off the jump, try to free up as much money as possible, and then those deep conversations of, are you going to take less money? Are you in with the new culture? Or do I got to trade you? And I don't think he's going to be scared to trade some big names. But I do think Achane and Waddle, unfortunately, Waddle almost got traded to the Bills at the trade deadline. That would have been crucial. Crucial hit to us and crucial for them in the playoffs. But yeah, I see big things happening. Miami, they got to make splashes. So,
yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to sit back and let them do whatever they're going to do. Like, if they feel as though it's time to gut and get rid of guys, then by all means do what you think you need to do to get this team where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to question anything that they're saying they need to do until it's done. But once you do that, I want to see some results. Now, and I understand the results aren't going to be overnight. Like, it's not going to be this upcoming season, we're just going to be this immaculate team smashing everybody. No, I'm a realist. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But at some point in time, there better be a payoff. And in my opinion, just getting to the playoffs is not a payoff. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to ask you guys this question, and I want you to be totally honest with me, right?
Yep.
If you know for a fact your team is going to make it to the playoffs and lose, would you rather them do that, or would you rather them not make it to the playoffs and you get a better draft pick? Like the playoffs are only good if you got that hope you're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's all I'm saying on it.
Like, I agree. I'd rather miss.
Rights. I mean, it's bragging rights. At least we made it to the playoffs. But what else did you get out of that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thrill of the playoffs is the hope that you're in the playoffs and now you got a chance to win that Super Bowl. That is the hope with the playoffs. But if you know for a fact you're not going to win the big dance, I'm not all that sold on at least we made it to the playoffs. I'd rather have a better draft pick and keep building. That's, you know what I mean? At least for the first couple of years. 1 or 2 maybe.
No, I completely agree. I'm going to give you 2 different point of views. As a fan,
okay,
I always rather win than lose on a Sunday. Even if
I got you,
it comes down to where, like, we lose a playoff seeding or something like that, or we're out of it and we could get a better draft pick, as long as it's not like a crucial, win or lose to make the playoffs, I rather always win. If I'm like, we're going to win the game, but we're going to go from the 5th seed to the 6th seed, I almost rather win the game. I like cheering for my team on Sunday. That's why I buy the merch. That's what I want. But yes, as you said, as a point of a GM, to sit there and take a step back to get a higher draft pick, that's what keeps you moving in the right direction of getting better. If you're not doing that and all you're doing is making the playoffs and then losing, you're making it tougher and tougher on yourself to get better as a team and to develop and to pay the players that are actually good on the team, because you're not going anywhere.
Let me ask you guys this question, and I'm just being devil's advocate here, okay? So we established how Sullivan is going to build this team.
Yeah.
How him and Halfley are going to go about building this team, right? They're going to try and do it through the draft, like how they did it in Green Bay. They're going to try and use that same formula and hope they gain success doing it in Miami. My question for you guys is, how much success did that actually garner in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Let's think about this. Let's hold up real quick. Let's think about this. During majority of that stronghold, and Green Bay had a stronghold in that division was absolute trash. They had Chicago, who wasn't good. They had Detroit, who wasn't good. And they had Minnesota, who was mediocre. You better win that damn division and make it to the playoffs. So my question is, if that's the formula, how successful do we really think it's going to be? Is it just going to be, we made it to the playoffs, we're good?
Yeah, so I got a couple takes to that. So, like, at the end of the day, he wasn't really making the decisions over there in Green Bay. He might have had some say, like, hey, like, this guy's pretty good, like, put him on the draft board. You know, maybe all the guys that were drafted by Green Bay, maybe he had no say in whatsoever and was like, okay, this is just what I get. And then I gave them a scouting report and I'm going to have to roll with whoever they pick. But maybe it's not the guys he wanted. So I kind of like that, you know, we are going to try this, because I don't think we've tried this since, I want to say 2011, and it was a complete fail. And I kind of like the idea, and you know, I think that he's got a good mindset. I like the way he talks. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he's already talking about what he wants. And I think he already has an idea of what he wants. And I kind of like that. So I think it could work out. I think it could be different this time around because he's actually going to be the one calling the shots. And if we're going to focus on defense, which is like, hiring Hoffley for as a defensive coordinator to a head coach, and they're in each other's ears focusing on defense, I really believe they're going to build the trenches on both sides. And I think we're going to work and start on the trenches. And I think that's what we've all been wanting is deep trenches on both lines. And I kind of like the idea. I like the plan. I think it will work out. So that's my take on that.
Good take. Trill?
Yeah, no, I agree. Again, I don't think he was doing everything. I'm looking at the past 2 years with him as a defensive coordinator. In the past 2 years, those Lions were pretty damn good. And the past 2 years, of course, they did have Caleb Williams in his rookie year, and they did have some down years. But I mean,
time out, Trill. No, I'm not talking about Halfley. I'm talking about Sullivan.
Sullivan, yep.
Okay, so Sullivan, his big thing is Jordan Love. He was the one that found Jordan Love. Right now, we are looking for a quarterback. So does he find a diamond in the rough in the 2027 draft, which is that big draft? Because right now I can see 10 quarterbacks going in the first 3 rounds in 2027. Like, it's just stacked. It's ridiculous.
Loaded.
And it's not so much of a I was trying to think of like different draft, or I guess you could use a Josh Allen to a Josh Rosen, but it's not that much of a cliff. It's more of I still can't believe they almost went back to back. There was a toss up. Which one do you want? But yeah, no, I think he's going to use his resources, and that's mainly what he was brought in for, was his eye for scouting, what he's been known to do in the past. So I'm excited to see what diamonds in the rough he finds, and then, with the defense, what is he going to do with Kenneth Grant? How are they going to find the right people to develop around him that is going to build to his strengths? Is Sealer his strength? I don't know. Right now, I think Jordan Phillips won that battle already.
Yeah, I tend to agree. So
I want to real quick.
Go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off. I do want to say when you were talking about the Jordan Love and that's how he found him. Diamond in the rough. I actually had a take on this earlier. Mm-hmm. I really want him to go get Trinidad Chambliss. I think it would be great to have a quarterback matchup battle for next year, and winners in. Boom.
Yeah, that's what we were saying last week. Trill, 3 quarterback battle.
He is 23, or is turning 24.
Yeah, because I saw that they were trying to see if he was eligible for another year.
Yeah,
isn't like what, his 6th year or so? Or 7? Like he's up there.
6th year, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, any competition is good. Any QB competition. But what's hilarious is I was talking to somebody earlier today. I'm like, I keep forgetting. Technically, Tua and Tyreek are still on the team.
Yeah, they are.
Just saying that. I keep thinking that what if they buy into the culture and they can actually fix Tua? I don't know if he can actually. I mean, there's a lot to be fixing. But what if he restructured and the whole thing happened? But I don't know. Again,
I'm gonna cut you off. Let's take a pause. We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll get into all that in a little bit. Let me pause you right quick because I want to ask you guys this question. So I've heard Sullivan's first interview as the Dolphins GM today, and I will tell you, I liked everything the man had to say. From what he was saying, it sounds like he knows how to put a team together. I'm totally on board with everything he said. We'll see if he picked the right chef to cook the ingredients. Now, who do you think, or who would you like to see become our next OC and DC?
B-Trill, I'll let you shoot that one first, man.
Well, I mean, there's a lot out there. There's others that you can promote from within. There's others you can promote from different. I mean, are we going to look at the Green Bay organization, do majority of our pickings out of that tree? Or are we going to look into other trees, other coaching trees? So, honestly, I think with having a defensive coordinator as our head coach, we need a strong offensive coordinator. Maybe even an ex-head coach that has been calling plays for a while. Bring in Mike McCarthy. No, I'm just I don't know. Like somebody along that caliber, like with all joking aside, but literally somebody along that caliber that can be a great OC. I mean, we need to kind of switch our schemes from the ground and pound, or to the ground and pound from all this motion. We're not Mike McDaniel anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him as an OC. I wouldn't totally rule that out. You know what I mean? McCarthy would make a great OC.
So hear me out on this one real quick.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Right? I know he didn't do the best when he was at Boston College. Okay? But there is one OC that he has very well ties with. And we just watched his dad coach a game yesterday, actually.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Frank Cignetti Jr. has very strong ties with Jeff Hafley. And I think if he could pull something out of his dad's playbook, man, I think that would be the best available offensive coordinator that we could hire. And I could see it happening. Strong ties. They were both at Boston College together. You know, he probably wants to hire within people he knows, since we're already hiring buddies anyways. We're already using a buddy system, right? So tag along let's get Frank Cignetti Jr. You know, let's give it a try. Let's try. You know, I like the college play style. And I know sometimes that doesn't translate to the NFL. But when you have a strong-minded coach that is coaching at the college level still, you bring him in and give him a shot at least. What's the worst that can happen? We're in the rebuild process anyways. If it doesn't work out, go get a new one, right? I would like all the coaches and the GM and everyone to be on the same page. And for that to happen, you do have to hire within your friend group or, in my opinion, like your circle, you know? So
the trust circle.
I say we can go get, you know, Frank Cignetti Jr.
Anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Okay. All right. So let me come at y'all with this one. And B-Trill was touching on it a little bit earlier. Okay. Now there are rumors circulating right now that they're looking to bring in Malik. If that's the case, well, two questions. Would you be okay with Malik coming to Miami? And if that's the case, what do you think they're going to do with Tua?
See, it would be a lot. I see the ties. I see Green Bay. We've seen the skill. The thing is, it's a completely different skill set than Tua. Tua's not running the ball. Tua's not doing any of that. Ewers isn't doing any of that. Ewers is almost more of a pocket passer. I don't see him. I mean, in college, everybody scrambles. But I don't see him as a running quarterback. Malik, he is a running quarterback, a running style quarterback. It would be a very interesting quarterback room, but I think if we're bringing in Malik, we're not keeping Tua. That's just what it is. It's too different, because if one goes down with an injury, do you change the whole playbook? It's just you got to have similar skill sets the way they had Snoop and Lamar in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to take a step back real quick, because I got to clarify something. Frank Cignetti Jr., I said it was his son. It's not his son. It is his brother. Okay, it's Curt Cignetti's brother. But all right, I'm going to jump back on that question now. Yeah, I think we are going to go after Malik, and I do think Tua's time in Miami has come to an end. I think John Eric Sullivan did mention that, or he didn't mention Tua's name at all when he was talking about key players that could help him win on the Dolphins currently. He didn't even mention Tua's name at all.
That's a good point.
So I do think his time has come to an end. I do think that he is not going to be in the Dolphins organization anymore, or else he would have named him a key player, right? And, already off to a bad start if you were going to keep him. It's already off to a bad start because now you're downing his confidence anyways by not naming him on that list.
And to your point, Dolphin Day, he did say the quarterback is the most important piece.
Yes.
He said that. And he still didn't mention Tua.
Nope. Didn't mention Quinn Ewers either.
He
if
did
you
not.
noticed that.
Exactly.
He did not.
Yeah.
So
He did not. So if we're all in agreement that they're probably going to get rid of Tua, how do they go about doing that? Do they just cut him, wait till June 1st and cut him?
Magic.
Because I honestly don't see a trade happening.
They did say the Jets might be kicking the tires.
well, actually,
Stupid
I mean,
Jets.
you're not wrong about that though, B-Trill. Like, hold on real quick, because that take is not too far out of the weather. That's
It's
a Jets
not.
thing to
It's
do.
not. I heard it last
That is
night.
a Jets thing to do. And on top of that, the Jets were so set on
Gates.
drafting Dante Moore. The Jets were set on drafting Dante Moore in this year's draft. Dante Moore is going back to college. So now they're trying to scramble and figure out what they're going to do.
They don't know what to do. I know.
So, honestly, we could propose that.
Yeah.
What would they trade for him, though? Like,
Honestly, I think we just we just give him to
Here you go.
we do. They pay for his flight. That's it. I mean, I don't know, dude. Just take his contract. We don't care. We don't want anybody in return. So I don't know.
It
I
would
don't
be
think. I don't know if they're gonna
low.
eat that. I mean, honestly, they could eat that contract though.
They
The
could.
Jets, and they have a ton of draft picks, a
do.
ton. So they're not paying anybody.
I'll bring up De'Von Achane.
Okay,
Imagine the world sees a Jet, man.
Oh man, right
Do
now
we
to
trade
get him off our
De'Von?
books,
I don't know. Right now, he is the lifeline of this team. He is the glue that sticks this whole thing together right now.
He's
Also
the
a
entire
most valuable
offense.
asset.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we do. I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean, it all depends, man. Like
No,
it all depends. Like if you're trying to gut this thing and gut it, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
But
if you
even
think
when
you got if
gutting-
you think there's a slim chance of you to like win right now, then definitely not. But if you're already saying next season's a wash, you know what I'm saying? Then why not?
Man.
Yeah. No, if you're gutting, I think you at least got to keep Achane. Yeah, I would see Waddle going before Achane. I would see anybody else going before Achane.
I would see them all going. To be honest with you, if they're gutting it,
For some, I just don't think he is a player. His value, again, I'm being biased. His value is just, again, and we watch him on Sunday. He has the entire offense. Even when we can't get anything going, he's still getting 100 all-purpose end of the day.
no, I get you on that. But
It's just,
but what I'm saying is these guys, their whole mantra is building through the draft. If you can get 3 draft picks for him, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe even if you can even get 2 first rounds for him. I'm not saying I would do it, but I could totally see them doing it.
Yeah. I think everyone's having his market value right now as like a second round pick. Is the
What? There's no way.
No, that's what other teams are saying. That's what we got offered actually at the trade deadline. If you don't remember, our highest offer for De'Von Achane was a second round pick.
Yeah, but what has he accomplished since that trade deadline?
I wouldn't take anything but a first.
That exactly. Like, there's no way I would trade him for anything less than a first. I need a first or something else, as a matter of fact. You can't have him for anything less than 2 picks and one of them a first.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Being biased, there's too much value there. Like, even if we are starting over, if we're going to be getting a rookie quarterback, we need a running game to help develop him. If we're going to be building the trenches, well, we need somebody to run through those gaps. Like, we need something to keep the motor running, or we're going to completely sink. If we completely sink, then it's not going to be good.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how they think in the NFL, though. They think it's easy to find running backs, bro. I'm not saying that's the case, but they think it's easy to find running backs.
It is. I mean, it is and it isn't, because you saw what Jalen Wright did when Achane got hurt. Achane was killing it. He had what? Achane was like 7 runs for 70 yards, got hurt. Or no, 7 runs for like 100 yards,
90.
got hurt.
He had 90.
Yeah.
90 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and then Jalen Wright came in and put up like 140 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
$140,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. I do have another question I kind of wanted to just throw
what's
out
up?
there.
What's up?
What instances of, like, how long should this rebuild be to where we're not, like, to where it should be accomplished, right? What's a
Right.
viable amount
Right.
of time to continue this rebuild with the coach and the GM we have
Yes.
to say, hey, this is going good or it's not going good?
Right.
You know, what's
Take
the
a look at
deadline
what
for
we
that?
did already. Take a look at what
2
we did
years,
already.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
2 years.
take a look at what we already did. What we did was we kind of started this rebuild 2020. Was when it was 2019, we traded away the entire team, got as much as we could, and then we drafted Tua and company, and then the following year we drafted Waddle and company, and then that didn't last with Flores, and then we brought in Mike McDaniel. Was it 22 or 23? We had a 1 year before
22.
it blew up, right?
22.
22. And then 23 is when it blew up. So
Yeah.
that was, 2-3 years. 2-3 years
Yeah.
of Flores, and then 2-3 years of McDaniel, and yeah.
Well, see, here's why that didn't work. Here's why that didn't work. They started off with one vision. The team was going in one direction, right? Then they got rid of the general and brought in another general. Same team, different direction. The team wasn't built for McDaniel's direction. You know what I'm saying? They had to go out and get Tyreek. That took up a lot of our draft capital. That put a big hit on the books. You know what I'm saying? And then they went out and they paid Tua all that money too. When they did that, just thinking about all the people that left that original team because we could no longer afford them.
Yep.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
went all in. We went all in.
Well, what I'm saying is we went all in. We went all in on a guy's vision that was no longer there.
Yeah.
Like Mike McDaniel never had a chance to build up the team that he wanted. He didn't build the team he wanted. He inherited a team built by Flores. You know what I'm saying? And they're like,
Yep.
win with this team. That's why it didn't work.
And
Yeah.
you mentioned it, the money, because think about it. We had 5 to 10 very high paid players, and then we had no depth. And when those injuries happened late in the season, it crushed us. We couldn't win anymore.
It crushed us. It crushed that 23 season. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So what I'm saying is, so now hopefully these guys, they can build a team the way they want it. Give them 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying, to see if they can put it together. But what I'm saying is by year 2, we better start seeing some results. I'm not saying you got to win it all in year 2, but we need to see some results in year 2, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because in my personal opinion, the team that team that we just had this past season, I don't think it was that far off. I think if you had to stay with McDaniel and you keep some of them key players that he had on that team and try and refocus and shift a little bit on that team, I think that team was capable. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to totally gut it, which I understand you want to do when you bring in new people, you got about 2 years to see some results, bro.
rebuild a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
with that, his main point is keep developing. I see us changing to where we actually keep the homegrown players. We keep re-signing the players that we draft. The Andrew Van Ginkels that we should have kept, we actually do keep. Instead of getting a rental out of Ramsey, maybe we keep Ramsey. Like things like that, to where we make these contract decisions, and it's like, did we make the right decision? Even though Christian Wilkins, who knows? Maybe if he stayed in our locker room, didn't get in trouble in the Vegas locker room, maybe he would actually still have a career. But it's like, who knows, man?
And again, and all everything that he's saying, it sounds good. Like I said, I agree with what he said 100%. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was factoring in the cost though, because everything he's saying sounds good as long as you got a quarterback on that rookie contract.
Yeah.
Once he's no longer on that rookie contract, you got to start singing a different tune, because that right there is sucking up half your salary cap. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to come a point where some of those homegrown people that you like, you can't keep them all. You can't keep them all on rookie contracts forever. You can't. It comes to a point where you can't afford everybody.
But what we saw is some of these contracts where it's like, oh, we didn't re-sign a favorite. Then we see it's like, wait, they only signed a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. Why didn't we bring him back? And it's like, I saw that too often.
Yeah, that's patchwork bull right there.
You can kind of look at it like this, right? Like B-Trill was saying, a rental on Jalen Ramsey, right? You can look at it like this, right? A rental car is what, maybe $200 a day versus a car note when you buy a car is $200 a month, right?
You this,
so
bro.
you go all in on the rentals, though.
I feel you, but I'm not trying to rent a Ferrari. I'm trying to own it.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'd rather own than rent.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But no, I got you, man. I got you. It's just crazy. I mean, again, I'm not gonna judge him. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I heard from Sullivan today sounds like he knows what he's doing. Yep. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I can't knock the man. He ain't made a move yet. Besides hiring a coach, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him cook, because from what he said, it sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
They just got to bring it to fruition. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, no doubt about it.
How long it takes for him to win.
Let's see how long it takes, man, because we ain't got forever, bro. Like, man, Dolphin fans are starving, bro. We are starving.
Well, the
it's been a
longest
while.
Playoff drought.
Yeah, it's like in NFL history, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is.
Isn't that us?
Yeah, that's us right now. Yeah,
it's absolutely pathetic, man.
Yeah,
that is pathetic.
Perspective: 3 years before I was born was the last time we won a playoff game. So.
Jeez. See, and that's the thing with me, man. Like, just getting to the playoffs it's an accomplishment, but it's not enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
That game.
We need a win
against the Colts.
Yeah, give me a win, bro.
We need a win.
Give me a win. Oh, man. Again, future's looking bright, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. Like, the future's looking bright. The opportunity is there. They just got to make the right moves, bro. They make the right moves, we are good as gold.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let me ask you guys, man. So, speaking of making the right moves, like, what do you think happens with Tyreek?
Oof. I think he restructures.
Okay.
I think he restructures, and I think you have to keep him. I don't think his value's where it was. I think you have to keep him and see how his injury is and see how he, faces adversity and comes back. It sounds like he wants to stay in Miami.
Okay.
So I think you keep him there.
What do you say, Trill?
Yeah, I think that's part of those sit-downs that I mentioned, deep conversation of, are you buying into this culture, and are you going to restructure and come back with a discount? I think that conversation happens with Tyreek. I think it happens with Tua, even though Tua might not be the direction they want to go. But again, Tyreek did say he wanted to retire soon. So is he ready for a rebuild? Is he going to want to start a rebuild? Or is he looking for another championship? He did go ahead, since he came to Miami, he kept seeing the Chiefs keep winning, and then it went to the Eagles keep winning, and now he wants to see something.
Yeah, I agree with both takes. I think, honestly, he makes your team so much better, though. And I get it. He might not be as fast as he was before. Okay, so he's no longer 4.2. Well, guess what? 4.5 is still pretty darn going fast. You know what I'm saying? He still makes the team that much better. I say keep him only if he restructures. If he doesn't want to restructure, we can't afford to pay you that much money, bro. Like,
Agreed.
We can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be here, restructure that contract and let's rock on. Because think about it.
Yep.
Everybody's saying he might go back to Kansas City. They're not looking too hot right now themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they were sitting at home just like we were at the same time. So I'm just saying, I don't know, but yeah, I hope he stays, man, because I do like what he does, what he brings to the team. I hope he stays, man. But again, we just don't know.
Yep.
Now this one here is a little, yeah. So this one here is a little bit deeper because our running back room was pretty thick. We had a lot of running backs. Do you think they're gonna gut that a little bit and try and bring some more guys in? Or do you think they're going to stay with the bulk of it? I mean, as far as Wright and Gordon.
I like our room.
I do
too.
Like it.
I think it's a good room.
I do
I
too.
think it's a good room.
I think the thing is that the beginning of the season we brought in Alexander Madison, and that
Yes.
would have been a huge addition as well. But again, that was a Greer move. So I don't know. Do they need to? I mean, we'll definitely get some training camp bodies in there, but I think that top three probably be reevaluated because it's a new regime. But they're the top three. I hope we don't move on for any single one of them.
We'll get rid of one of them.
I hope not.
I already have the feeling we will.
One of
We'll
them
get
is
rid of
one of them is gone.
Yeah.
One of them is going to go. It seems like it, but I hope not. But it seems like it. Now, we talked about running backs. Let's talk about the guys on the outside. Do we try and get a big receiver? Now, I don't mean necessarily big time. I just mean big body.
Now this question is kind of tricky, right?
Okay.
Because then it comes back down to what do we have to spend, right? So it all comes down to if we go try to get a big receiver that we know and is proven, we're going to have to drop some cash, and we're going to have to free up everything else, right?
Yeah.
I think, again, you look in the draft, you look at the size, and you get someone in the draft and you develop them and keep them on rookie contracts. Because if we're going to rebuild, you go look in the draft for a tall receiver, a physical receiver like a Devontae Parker. You know, I think we do. We need one. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree. Darren Waller just proved of how much we were starving for a big target in the end zone. Once we get to the red zone, we were standstill a lot of the time because Achane, I mean, he breaks it for 60 yards. He's not a ground and pound inside the 5-yard line. Ollie Gordon is. But we needed that big wide receiver to counteract, and we saw it with Darren Waller. So hopefully they see that, and they see that we need a wide receiver that's over 6'2".
I agree. We definitely do need that. Definitely need that. We need a big guy. I mean, again, I like Waddle. I like Reek. Just imagine they had a big body receiver with those guys, too. You know what I mean? Man, you can rotate them and put them all over like, oh, man. Whew. Don't even get me started. I'm already seeing it. Seeing it. We can only hope, though, right? Exactly. All right, fellas. I think it's time for us to wrap this on up, man. So, Trill, why don't you let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on pretty much every platform. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Again, we got other platforms that I'm on but don't really use, like Lemonade or Threads. But every handle should be Finn's Football Podcast. If can't find me on one platform, find me on the other. Usually they're all linked together, same videos. I keep it simple.
I hear that. Hey, Dylan, tell them where to find you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Dolphin Day Pod, on TikTok at Dolphin Day, and YouTube at Dolphin Day Podcast.
All right. B-Trill Dylan, thanks for hanging out with your boy. And thanks for taking this trip into the Fin Zone. I will see you all next time. And remember, no matter how bad it seems in Miami, it is always Fins up.